Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Connie's Craft Along. Fingers crossed we get through all of this. If you watch my social media posts, you may have noticed a post earlier today that said we had thunderstorms rolling through the area. There have been tornado watches and warnings and thunderstorm, severe storm alerts, all manner of weather sort of thing. But so far, so good. We haven't lost power. Um, we haven't lost the internet. And hopefully we can get through our crafting tonight because that's what we're here for, right? Some crafting. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope some of you are going to play along. And if you're not going to play along right now, perhaps you'll go back and play along after, and that's great too. If you do create a card using the pattern that I share this evening, I'd love to have you post it in the comments under this video. I always love to see what everyone comes up with. So many creative ideas and so much fun. Swapping out designer series paper, stamps, colors. It changes the card so much, and it's always so much fun to see what everyone does and what they come up with. If you are joining me, say hello. Let me know that you are here. And if you're watching the replay, give me a Heidi Ho watching the replay kind of a thing. Love to see who's out there in social media land watching these things. So why don't we flip down and get to some crafting? Okay. So there aren't a whole lot of pieces for tonight. And I had planned. There was a plan. Oh dear, there was a plan for what I was going to do with this, and I didn't get it ready. Bad me. Okay, so we'll just kind of, we will wing it. Maybe we'll start with something other than the original one. But you need a card base. 11. Whoops. Be helpful if I had it in the camera, wouldn't it? I've got kind of funky shadows going on, don't I? If I move this back a little bit, it's not saying. I think the screw has come a little bit loose on my light holder, and it's sort of wobbly. This table is not the best for securing to, it seems, but anyway, we will continue for now. Card base 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So it is a little bit opposite to what we generally do. Same end card size, just folded differently. And we are going to do this don't recall whether I told you we're going to do the card portrait. I think I mentioned that. But if your designer series paper has a pattern, you could do it sideways. But anyway, we'll see as we go, I guess, won't we? Maybe there will be some interesting cards in the comments because I didn't quite make that clear. Designer series paper, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it is full card size. Okay, and we'll see how we're going to use that. Some scraps for die cutting or some designer series paper cutouts, some sort of an interest element. It could be anything, could be punched, could be die cut, could be designer series paper that you fussy cut, whatever you have and whatever you like. And then the usual stamps, ink, adhesive, embellishments, and you will need a trimmer tonight. So there we go. That's what we need to start out. As I say, it's not a whole lot of supplies. I just have these 3 things sitting here, but it will turn into a wonderful card. And if you do follow me on social media, you have seen the card that we're going to make tonight, because I just posted a couple of them very recently in the last few days, and it reminded me of this, and it reminded me that this is a great sort of a fancy card, but super easy to create. So here is one of the ones that you may have seen on my social media in the last few days. And this is done with the Dainty Delight dies. And this was the, I think, Dainty Delight or some some similar kind of name designer series paper that was free with Celebration at the beginning of this year. And you can see, oh, you can see that I put it on upside down. Look at that. I don't think I've ever opened this card, and there is no fixing that at this point. No fixing stupid, as they say. But you want to make sure that when you open your card, the back of your designer series paper is going to be the right direction. Clearly, I didn't do that. I may, now that I've seen it's going to drive me wild, so I will have to go back and cut another piece of paper to put over that and fix that up. Yes. And here's an updated version that I made, the Truckin' Along bundle, the stamp and die set, or stamp and punch, sorry. The punch is not available right now, but I own it and I love it. And so with all the Barbie craze going on, I thought, well, let's make some Barbie trucks. And because it's birthday, I figured we should make some pink trucks. So there you go, pink trucks. And it's just ombre. There's no direction to this paper, so that's a good thing. But I love these little pink and fresh freesia bubbles on the front of the paper. So there is that one. And then we are going to do another. This paper and this paper as well are both from the Bright and Beautiful designer series paper. It is the birthday set that is in the annual catalog close to the front. And lots of pretty colors, bright colors, fun colors. And the beauty of this piece is that, oh, look, no direction on the back. So I won't mount it the wrong way. So my thought was that I was going to make another birthday card, and look, I did get a birthday sentiment out, happy birthday, and I was going to put some Asia afternoon trucks on it. So I may need to correct that. I was going to cut them and do them in advance, and clearly I didn't. So I will do that, but we'll wait till we get to that point. Let me show you what you're going to do with your card base to start. So both of these cards run this way on the diagonal. You can do them this way if you wish. There's no right or wrong. You just need to sort of decide which way you want it. So I'm going to do this one the same way. So I'm going to go narrow on this side and a little wider on this side. And I'm just going to put this into my trimmer. And I'm going to do it fairly small at the top. And you can make this angle as sharp or as deep as you like, or as narrow. There's no right or wrong. So this is perfect. The only thing I will suggest when you are cutting paper onto an angle like this, it's always a great idea, and it depends on the angle, but it never hurts to start in the middle so that you are not pushing your cutting blade onto the blunt edge of the cardstock on an angle. Especially at a corner, you can push it and sort of just kind of ram into it and damage the cardstock as opposed to actually cutting the cardstock. So there is my first cut, and this is now my card base. So, whoops. Okay, so it's definitely smaller, but that's okay. That was the idea. And then what you want to do is move your paper across your trimmer, and you can do any size of strip that you want, any width, okay? You definitely want to make sure you have one that is wide enough for your sentiment. So however wide your sentiment is, not down straight, end up stamping it. Oops, no, it's not mounted. Oopsie. Straighter. Have to get up over top of this. Move this up a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Just trying to mount my. You know what? I think I'm going to do it this way. This is easier with the photopolymers. If you flip them over upside down and put it, against ruler lines, and then you can just press your block down on it, and then you should have it mounted nice and straight. Okay, back to the cutting. So I know that I have used that in this one, and this is, I believe, 3/4 of an inch. Yes, so I want a 3/4 of an inch strip. So whatever you want for your sentiment, I recommend you cut that first, just so you know you've got it. Okay, and to cut it, what you want to do is make sure this angle lines up straight with one of the grid lines on your trimmer. Okay, however thick you're doing it, make sure it's lined up, because then you know you will have perfect angles here, and it won't be wide at one end and low at the other end. Now, of course, if that's something that you would like, there's no rule that says you can't do it that way, but do it knowingly, I guess, is my message. So there I have one that is a 1/2 inch, okay? And then I'm going to do some that are one, right? That is a 1/4 of an inch. No, maybe I'll cut a couple. Usually when I cut these, I cut a bunch of different widths, and then I sort of lay it out on my card and decide what sort of a pattern I want, and you will end up with more strips than you need generally, because you don't use all of this, and you don't want to, because you want some of your designer series paper to show. Where we want to go. Another 1/2 inch, maybe a little more than 1/2 inch. The ones where you go past a line, you just want to make sure your gap around the line looks about similar. One more narrow one here. Be more than enough, I'm sure. So you could keep going right down to the end here, but I don't think I'm going to need all of those. I'm going to stop here. And then the next step is to take your designer series paper, and we are going to attach it right at the top of our card. So this is full card size. So it looks like my paper is slightly narrow. Don't know what happened on my cutting. Okay, so we're just going to put glue onto this top portion, and if your paper does have an up and a down in the back, just do a double check at this point to make sure when you flip it up, that it is going in the correct direction. Okay, just going to push that down. We'll give it a nice press. Okay, bring glue in here, closer. So there we go. Okay, and this, as we said, doesn't have an up or a down, so we're good. You will notice generally that you have a little bit extra, but there is a little bit extra designer series paper, and that's because it doesn't get right into the fold of the card base, which is good because then it would be difficult to fold. So just bring in your scissors or your trimmer and just clean that up. Okay. Oh, hey. Next, you're just going to get your strips ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my 3/4 strip and I'm going to sort of decide where I want it, near the top, near the bottom, where I'm going to put my trucks, how I want to design it. So I think that I might do it kind of in the middle again. I might do it very much like this and put it here and do my trucks kind of around the middle, same sort of direction. But I want my stamping on this edge. You also want your stamping straight on your, it's like, this is an inch. This is not 3/4 of an inch. This is my little more than a half, isn't it? I wonder, let me just put this on here. I don't need this quite this wide. I am going to make this a bit narrow. So I'm going to go to my 3/4 line because clearly I had it over at the 1 inch before. There, now I have another another 1/4 inch strip too, which I probably don't need, but we'll just add it to the stack for now. And then the only thing you want to make sure is that you have your card strip the correct way. So if you have your paper backwards, you're going to have a little bit of trouble. So you want to make sure that your angles are coming out the same. And then I'm going to stamp this with Night of Navy. And I'm going to use that birthday wishes. No, happy birthday. Oh, close to this edge. Okay, so there is our sentiment. That's all we will do with the Night of Navy. And then, so here we go. I'm going to bring in my truck. So I have the truck set up here. I have it on my Stamparatus right now because I was doing several of them. So if that's okay, we can still do it this way. Up a tiny bit. I am going to see what I'm up to. Here is my truck under there. And then I just need to punch out some trucks from basic white. And that will give me 1 tire and 1 windshield as well, which I don't need for this card. Okay, here we go. 3 trucks ready to roll. And then just drop that down into there. And I'm going to use basic gray for my truck outline. I could use black, but I think I'll use basic gray. It does stick, but that's okay because you can just drop it back into the spot, and you can see. I think my little gray spot needs a little bit of re-inking, but hopefully it's got 3 trucks in it. That's all it needs. Just give me 3 trucks here, gray. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, look, it works well. It's fine. Maybe it was operator error. Because these ink spots are like the old cloth ink pads, they're not as squishy as not as squishy as the new ones. So, okay, so I just got a message that says my network bandwidth is low and it made my screen small. So I'm not positive what you are seeing. My Facebook still looks okay, but hopefully you're still able to watch this. At least you've seen the card, you know where we're headed. Even though I do have my trucks ready to roll. Okay. Again, you don't have to pay extra for the bad humor. Okay, so we have 3 trucks. And I'm just going to take that off for a moment. Set that over. Oh. Set that here. Let's stick this under here, and then I'm going to use the Azure Afternoon tab. It looks a little I need to redo this guy. Yes, look, it's got some rust spots on him or something. Needs a bit of a better paint job. Oopsie, didn't get the top of the cab. I apologize. I have the light is right here, but if I move it, I'm scared it might become dark in my workspace. It's become a very small area. Oops, I don't think I got enough ink on the top there. This is the, well, I think it looks okay. The stamping at an angle situation again. A little bit easier when you have the Stamparatus in play because it's right in place. But there are no guarantees that I'll get it right, are there? Okay, so there's my blue trucks. And then you may have noticed on this plate, this is my truck, but on this side, I have mounted the wheels. So I'm just going to put that back in. I've flipped the plate over. And now I'm going to use Memento Black. to do the wheels. Just here. Is this, I could put this up a bit. This plate off. There we go. And the whole truck happening. Let's move that a little bit. Slide them down a notch, hopefully. We'll see on the next one. Okay. You can always fix any of this stamping. If it's not quite right, you can go in with your Stampin' Right markers and just kind of do a few little touch-ups if you need to. But that guy's better. You'll just throw the other one back in the slot and stamp him. Might be the easiest way to fix it since my markers are here, but not right at the workspace. That. Okay. And I'm just going to set this all aside because we are finished with it. Get that cleaned up later. And we are ready to put the rest of this together. So now, as I say, you just need to decide what strips you want where and how you want your pattern. So you can make your gaps for your designer series paper as small or as large as you like. And you may recall that we had lots of strips, so you don't need them all. Just decide on what pattern you like. Oops, that's the right. Okay. Narrow one. One. Decisions. Not try like all the teeny tiny ones. Not quite this large. This is maybe more this size. Maybe not 3. Take this out. Do and this guy. This is where the puzzle gets interesting. Maybe like that. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. And then my trucks can come along on here. I'll fit them in after, I think. Oh, or do I need to be down? Maybe, okay. So I'm going to put them down a little bit as I glue them, just so I have room for my last truck at the top without looking like it's too far up the top. Again, you want to make sure you get your glue on the right side, or your angles will be wrong on your edges. I tend to use liquid glue for this, just so I can kind of slide it around and get it lined up the way I want it. I might do another small one at the very top, since I'm moving some of this down. We'll see when we get there, because I've now committed to some of this, since these are glued down or being glued down. Lots of little strips. So my internet doesn't seem to have gotten any better, but it doesn't look like it's gotten any worse. So fingers crossed that everything is still okay. Because we can't control the weather, can we? Some of these strips look like they're coming off the edge a little bit, but I'll just trim that up once it's all finished. It's because my paper was just slightly narrower than my card base, so it's just off a bit. I'm gonna put one more in there. Maybe I'll do one more. Just hope I like it. You could leave it like that with lots of the balloons showing. I'm just going to stick this in here. There we go. And then I didn't stamp anything for the trucks, anything for cargo. These had gifts in them, but we'll just put them on like this for now, and then can always tuck something else in afterwards, because I'm going to put these all on with dimensionals. Okay. So just get these all dimensionaled up. We're working out of camera. Bring it up a little bit. I guess I could have left it with one less, just so you could have seen more of the designer series paper, but I did not. So you do have lots of the spots at the bottom. Okay. Just right about here, near the top. Put the second one near the birthday greetings. And the bottom one can be sort of in the middle. There we go. And then probably a little bit of bling, right? Now this might be going, yeah, I don't know if it's going to boy or girl. I don't know who it's going to. Maybe we'll put some black spots up here. These are the classic matte dots. They come in black, gray, vanilla, white. So all your neutrals, which is very handy. They're sticking all the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I had anticipated, because, as I say, when I was thinking of my timing, I thought I would have my trucks ready to go, but I did not. But I did want to do one more. This is the one horse open sleigh. designer series paper. It is from the online exclusive products. So we'll do this one the other direction. How's that? Just to be different. Okay. So same thing, regardless of the direction, you still want to keep your paper the same way, and then just line it up. Now, I don't know. I didn't grab a, is this is not necessarily Christmas, is it? But it could be if I put a Christmas sentiment on it. There's a been done. Into more Christmas cards. I keep my Christmas sentiment, all my Christmas stamps together. I haven't really done that yet because it's only, oh, it's August, but how about to you and yours is Christmas? How good is that? Hello, Elizabeth, you found me. Yay! Hopefully you can see this all okay. Okay, to you and yours is Christmas. That will fit because this is, ooh, well, no, okay, I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch strip and then I'm going to try stamping it just to be sure. So let me just mount this onto here. Okay, and then, so again, you want your angle. If you, oh, hello, Beth. You can see it. Oh, see it. Oh, okay, good. Because my screen has gone tiny. So regular card base, but I have it cut or folded on the narrow part. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Thunderstorm is there. Yeah, the thunder came through here earlier, Beth, and now it's just windy and rainy, but they're still calling for storms. So there's my card, and I put it into my trimmer and cut just on an angle, any old angle. It doesn't matter how deep the angle is, and it doesn't matter whether it goes up to the right or down, okay? Because these cards went the other direction. So, oh, I'm not sure they're still in the picture, but anyway, this card. Hopefully that, so you can see that it's this direction. So then you want to take this angle. So this is the top of my cardstock. Make sure you don't turn anything over. That's the main thing. Otherwise, you're going to mess up your angles. And line it up straight on the angled edge. Okay, so you can see this one is not at all on my lines, but this one is straight on my grid lines. And then I'm just going to cut it. I start in the middle, I cut up, and I cut down. Okay, now before I cut the rest of this, I am just going to set my trimmer aside, and I am going to make sure I can get that sentiment on this strip, because if I can't, I need to cut a 1-inch strip. I think I will use early espresso to match my tree, and because it will show up really well. Okay. Oh, apparently we have a little bit of catbird in there. Pink. Look where to add it. Oh, just gonna put this on there. Oh yes, that totally fits on there. No problemo. Okay. Just going to grab this while I am here. maybe. You know what's going to happen with ink everywhere. And this darn piece of cat fur will still be in ink pad. Nope. Okay. Now we'll close that so we don't get any more ink any other places. Okay, so that will work for the sentiment. I'm going to bring my trimmer back in so that I can cut some more pieces. Now, half of an inch. I'm just sliding it through, making sure my angle is lined up straight to my trimmer grid lines. There's a 1/4 inch guy. And they don't have to be exact measurements. They can be a little bit narrower, a little bit wider, whatever you like. There's no right or wrong. You just want to make sure that your gap is as close to the same as possible. Okay, that might be enough. Maybe we'll stop there. Okay, and this one, hopefully the back has no up or down, which is good because my front does have an up and down. So of course I need to put this way so my tree is right side up. And then when you flipped it, if this also had a direction, we could be in trouble, but we're not. Remember, when you flip your paper, if I wanted the red for the front and flip this up, I would need to have my paper this way. Which I could also do, but I think the plan with the tree on the front. So we're going to stick with that plan for this card. You could do it the other way. It would work well with the tree on the inside as well. Again, so many options, so time. Okay. And then you're just going to put this right up into the fold and bring that down over and give it a press. Okay. And again, you can see that we have a little bit. Can you see? I can get closer. Maybe you can see. Oh, it's hard to see. But the red is more difficult to see than the white. But there is a little bit of red hanging over the bottom of the card because my card base is 5.5. My paper was 5.5, but it doesn't get right up into the very top of the piece. So I'm just going to trim that a little bit off. There we go. Get rid of that. Now, I think I'm going to put this near the bottom because it is my widest strip and it's just sort of snow and plain there. So that's probably why my cards, I didn't have my angles quite right. The cardstock should fit, and if you have your angle correct, it will, but it doesn't look, I don't see any weird gaps there. So anyway, it is what it is. Now this one, I kind of want to leave enough gaps so that you can tell that there's a tree there. You can sort of see what is behind. So I will leave it there. Could make some of these just a little narrower and get one more strip in. And your gaps don't have to be the same size. You can have wider and narrower gaps. You'll put this one right up with that one. Put this one down a little closer. I think that might work. You can still see that it's a tree, I think. And so I'm starting at the bottom on this one. Where you start your gluing is entirely up to you. It doesn't really matter. It's sort of whatever piece you want to be your guide is sort of where you start, I guess. So this one I wanted close to the bottom, so I started with him. Okay, and put this one fairly close. Oops. Go. Leave a little gap. This. I have my silicone mat right handy because I knew I was going to be gluing. But I haven't grabbed it, just doing it all in my hand. Looks a little bit buried under a stamp set and such right now. So the September to December mini catalog has been released to demonstrators. Oh my! So many beautiful things. I have placed a pre-order. I have not ordered a whole lot of stamps and dies yet, she says. But I did order a lot of designer series paper and some gems and some beautiful things. So excited for that to arrive. It has shipped, but hasn't arrived yet. So. Okay, and then handy dandy, these I did get ready. These are from the Christmas pine cones. I don't want them on my card yet. So there are tops and bottoms, and there's little pieces still in here because I did these on adhesive sheets because having this top sort of filigree piece as a sticker makes my life a whole lot easier. So I'm hoping that the little die cut pieces stay on the backing as I lift it. They usually do. If they don't, I'll have to poke them out with my pokey tool, but they did. So see how that, one of the beautiful things about these adhesive sheets is the little pieces in your die cuts just naturally sort of separate. Generally. Oops. Yes, apparently not always, because there's a couple still there. Get those off. And then this can go right. However it's supposed to go. Right onto there. Okay, now I got sticky bits all over. I love the adhesive sheets. If you have not tried these yet, oh, gotta get them. They are the most awesome thing when you are die cutting little pieces. And who doesn't like playing with stickers? Hello, take me back to my childhood. On the radio this morning, they were talking about things that take you back to childhood memories and reminiscing and all those sorts of things. The DJ had found her dance bag, and she still had her dance shoes in it. She had done apparently every type of dance going as a child. Well, through high school, she said. But yes, they were talking about reminiscing. And I remember playing with sticker books when I was a child. We used to have dolls, and you could add stickers to them and dress them however you wanted, and create pictures. I still love that. I think we had to lick them though. These are better. No yucky tasting stickers. So now that I've put these together, what I'm going to do with them. What do you think? Where should we just maybe we just decorate up the edge with them? Oh, that could work, couldn't it? Rather than trying to make a cluster or something with them, I don't think that was really what I wanted. But yes, I think they could just go up the edge here, couldn't they? Okay, let's do it. Let's fit on there, hopefully. Okay. Do a little this way and that way with them. There we go. And then I'm thinking that we want, these are green. I don't think that's what we want. I do have these. But I'm thinking these. These are the neutrals. These are basically brown, copper, gold, maybe the brown. Just drop some of these guys on here. Oops. Yes, I think they work. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. How's that? Okay. All right, so there we have it. Let me just clear some of these bits and pieces and things out of the way. Find the cap for my pokey tool so I don't kill anybody. And assume these are in the picture, perhaps. Such as it is. Don't know what's going to happen when I add this back. We will see. Oh, now it looks sort of normal size. Well, maybe it was back to normal. It just didn't change on my screen. Who knows? Anyway, I think we got through it without losing the internet and without having the storms impact me. Hopefully everybody out there is safe and the storms aren't too bad in your area. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I've had a great time. I hope you have as well. And I hope that you will share some of your creations, drop them into the comments under this post. Love to see what you create. And if you're having trouble getting that posted and you want to just message me with your picture, I will post it for you. And then we can share and inspire each other. Thanks again for joining me. I hope to craft with you all again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.